Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. We've heard this saying all too often, but could there be some validity to that statement? For decades, both men and women have had to come to terms with the fact that sometimes the message just does not get across. There may be some moments where you can even identify that we're just not thinking the same. There have actually been studies going on for decades now, collecting information and data as to whether both men and women do communicate differently. For example, Veronica Guzman of Penn State University conducted an observational study. She had both men and women observe other men and women and basically read their body language. Sometimes men would read a certain gesture one way, and women would read a certain gesture a different way. In fact, it turns out that 87% of the time, both men and women took a different message from the exact same gesture. What does this prove? Well, it could be nothing, or it could be a lot. Understanding how differently both men and women communicate could definitely affect the way that you communicate with someone of the opposite sex. A research study done at Spelman College and Morehouse University have shown, once again, men and women communicate differently. They had students from each gender attend the exact same class. Now, at the end of the class, the students were supposed to turn in their notes. Generally, the note-taking was not about the actual lecture. However, it was about what the speaker was exactly trying to portray. Once again, there was a 76% difference in what both men and women were perceiving from the speaker. So, once again, back to you. How does this exactly affect you? Well, when communicating with someone of the opposite sex, you have to make sure that your message is clear, cut, and dry. What does that mean? Well, oftentimes, men say women never say what exactly we feel. This means that women, we have to basically stop trying to make men guess exactly what it is that we're trying to portray and just say it. Oftentimes, they're not able to pick up on our small hints or what we're really trying to get at. I know that sometimes we want to just drop a hint and make them get it. However, it's not that simple. Men, what this means for you is you guys have to speak up. I know sometimes some of you don't know how to express yourself with words, or you just don't feel like talking about it. However, if we women are supposed to understand what exactly it is that you're trying to portray, you have to speak up. And speaking up comes in many ways. If you can't say it, maybe you could write it. Maybe you could find a video or a picture or something that helps to get us women to understand what exactly you mean. And women, being clear, cut, and dry does not mean being too abrasive or too angry or direct. You do have to remember that although they may not clearly understand it, sometimes they are trying. Hopefully, these tips have helped you. If you're a man, communicate with a woman, and if you're a woman, communicate with a man. Now, what does this mean from here on out? Now, you know that when you're trying to speak to a man as a woman, he may not get the message clearly, and you just gotta say it straightforward. And guys, now you understand. You gotta speak up if you want us to know. We're not mind readers, although you think we are. I know, I get it. Hopefully, you can take these tips and use something from them. Hopefully, now you'll have a better understanding of what may and may not work in getting communication across to the other gender a little bit more easier. Take these tips and honestly run with them. No, they won't save your relationship. No, they won't make you a master communicator. However, it is possible that maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to communicate with someone of the opposite sex just a little bit better.